And welcome to Anoka High School. It's the Anoka Fieldhouse as we start to wind down the girls' high school basketball season. After tonight, each of these teams have just 2 games remaining as the Anoka Tornadoes are hosting the Maple Grove Crimson along with Tim Anderson. I'm Jim Erickson. Anoka 16-7 hosting Maple Grove, a team, Tim, that is 21-2. They've won 64 consecutive conference games in their final year in the Northwest Suburban Conference, trying to win their 4th consecutive conference championship before they head on to the Lake Conference. And they're a team that definitely, if they can make it to state, they're going to be the number 1 seed. They'll be the favorite. They'll be a team at state that could win it all.
No question about it. They have one of the best players, obviously, in the state, in Jordan Odie. She's had a phenomenal year, averaging 21 points a game. I do believe maybe felt like more than that. I think it's 20. Is it 21? I thought I read that.
I've got 24.
24. I'll give you 24. It's Maddie Frecking who has 21. That's right. But it's been a great year for her. She's been every bit as good as advertised in a league that has been full of great players. It's been fun as we're going to get the big, loud tornado entrance here in just a second. But 21-2 on the season, as you mentioned. They're 10-0 in conference play. This is going to be a really big challenge tonight for the Anoka Tornadoes.
Meanwhile, the Tornadoes having one of their better seasons in a long time. They look like they're going to be the number 1 seed in Section 7 4A. They haven't been to the state in nearly 10 years. 2016 was the last time they made it to state. They're having a really nice season. And talking to Coach Mark Cook and Nick Novak, it's kind of a game of differing styles. Anoka's a little bit bigger. They want to play maybe more of a half-court game. Meanwhile, Maple Grove wants to try and pick up the pace.
Yeah, Anoka scored 45 points the other night in their win against Elk River, and it basically got it done with 4 people doing all the scoring. Maddie Frecking, Deborah Yenny, Drew Peterson, Laurel Kuyan. And that's what, and Lizzie Shoknek, Patty too, to a lesser extent, but that is what they have been able to do this year. They've been able to grind it out against teams, and they've been able to do it with timely buckets from Maddie Frecking and big physical play from Deborah Yenny.
Maple Grove, they have won 14 in a row. Their only 2 losses this season. They lost to Hopkins 59-55. We all know how good Hopkins is year in and year out. And their only other loss was to Providence Academy, 82-75. Providence Academy, one of the private schools that is very good in the smaller classes. Meanwhile, for Anoka, they've won 11 of their last 12, so they're really on a heater. They did lose to Elk River 53-47 on Wednesday of last week, but coming off a win over Andover 45-36. They're at Osseo and play Park Center, and then it's off to the playoffs.
And you mentioned that Providence Academy game for Maple Grove. What a show that was between Jordan Odie and Madden Greenway that night. Those two just put on a clinic.
That's Chad Greenway's daughter, right?
Have you read that? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, both of I don't know if you talked about that. If
no, I
did,
think I've heard it.
Yeah,
heard
it. Actually, both Greenway daughters are fantastic on that team. But, yeah, Jordan Odie put on an absolute show that night with those two. It was a great game. Here we go.
All right, and we are underway. The Tornadoes have the ball, and they started out here. Laurel Kuyan down on the baseline, back out to Kuyan. Of course, they try to get the ball to Maddie Frecking. There she is. Nice little cut to the basket by Ayeni, but missed. Rebound, Crimson. Hannah across the timeline may have gotten away with a travel taken away by Frecking. She goes in, puts her shoulder down a bit, initiates a little contact. The basket is good, and the foul.
Big thing right there for Anoka, finishing that play, making the layup. They were able to get that call inside because it looked like Holmquist was in the semicircle as Frecking was coming through. Kind of lowered the shoulder, but knew she was going to get the call because of being so deep. Chance for a three-point play.
Frecking, who has scored in double digits every game this year, averaging 21 points a game, 14 rebounds. And she has the first 3 of the game. The Tornadoes here at home take the early lead. Hannah along the baseline, comes back out to her. Odie, we see her for the first time, her first touch, tries the 3. She's the Michigan State commit, but that one misses. Anoka ball.
It's good defense by the Tornadoes. They forced the Crimson to rotate that one around. Got the miss.
Ayeni, the junior, puts it on the floor. Crimson in a player-to-player defense. Shoknek is the post. Kicked out. Peterson. Ayeni, look 3. Instead goes to Kuyan. Baseline drive. Good patience on offense. Wonderful possession there by Anoka. They lead at 5-0.
Great job by Kuyan showing some aggressiveness. They're going to need her to be a factor getting that ball to the back. low and have that kind of footwork, she's going to get a lot of those kinds of chances.
Turnaround shot by Odie.
Ooh, that was nice
that
right
was
there.
Pure and sweet and smooth.
That's good defense by Shoknek, but no match for Odie on the turnaround.
Odie's had 3 30-point games and 18 games of 20 or more points. And the Crimson, who did not press early on in the first few possessions, they're really bringing that zone pressure now.
Well, you'll notice they'll press after all the make shots there, Jim, because it allows them to set the defense and set that press. That's why the Tornadoes have got to force more contested shots.
Here is Kuyan down to Ayeni. That'll be a charge.
No.
That was close to being in the semicircle, maybe right on the line, and Addie Hanna is only 5'7", stood in there and took it. That one was close.
That's a mouse in the house. That's going to look physical, but I think maybe they got her on the lowering of the shoulder right here, which is right there. Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good call by the referee. You can't just lower that shoulder like that if you're Deborah. Just go up strong. You have the advantage.
Anoka on the player-to-player. They clear out to Odie, and she's able to beat Choknek off the dribble, and Odie now with 4.
Lizzie's a strong defender, but that first step from Jordan Odie is pretty tough to beat. You're going to have to anticipate that and get some help in backside.
That first step is deadly. Ayeni back to Frecking and a foul.
Yeah, get a little reach on Kate Holmquist that time, and this is where you want to see Maddie Frecking continue to be assertive in a 9-7 game. Take it to the basket, maybe see if you can draw some contact.
Maple Grove with their first lead of the game at 9-7. Foul on the floor. Jessa Laram into the game.
Angel Chibichi as well.
And we're going to have a foul away from the ball. Moving screen. So that will turn the ball over. So they just gave it back here to Maple Grove. Those are the things against Maple Grove here you can't afford.
Yeah, and they're going to sit Ayeni too for this, so they're going to go really small. They're going to ask Lizzie Shoknek and Maddie Frecking to be the bigs in this offensive setup for Anoka.
Holmquist here for Maple Grove. There's Addie Hanna. Jordan Odie fires it back over top to Holmquist. Crossover to the lane. Back to Odie. Jumper for 3, front rim. Addie Hanna with a rebound. Kicked it out, the shot straight away. That missed. Following the play, though, was Odie. Just great instincts. Just followed it where the ball was going to be, and she got the rebound.
Box out's got to be better for Anoka. You cannot allow second and third chance opportunities. That's an air ball right there over to Chibichi. Not going to be able to catch that one.
Yeah, that'll be Anoka turnover here, back-to-back turnovers. And Maple Grove has expanded their lead here. It's at 4, the largest that it has been. Anoka has not beaten Maple Grove in girls basketball since January 24th, 2017. That's how good Maple Grove has been during this stretch. Under head coach Mark Cook in his 20th year. Left-hand dribble drive. Sophie Anderson off the bench. Odie spins it down low. A little bit of a hop there. May have gotten away with a travel to Lexi Hanna for a 3 in the corner.
That's a beautiful little drive-and kick by Maple Grove. Lexi Hanna wide open in the corner. Tornadoes kind of got sucked in, and you have to. You got to respect the lane. But that leaves an open 3. That's good basketball by Maple Grove.
Frecking from Chibichi. Tough play going in, but gets fouled. And Maddie will go to the line.
That's a little bit of a bailout call there as Maddie drives the lane and just throws it up at the rim. Going to draw that foul. And if you're Frecking, you'll take it at the line any way you can. You got to stop the bleeding. You're down 7. Been a little run here for Maple Grove. Got to make those free throws. Got to make those layups if you're Anoka.
You know, against a high-powered Maple Grove team, every possession is important, especially if you're trying to slow the game down.
And they don't want to get into a track meet with the Crimson. That is not going to be a recipe for success. So you do want to figure out how to slow things down as Frecking gets 1 out of 2.
Yeah, she's got 4 on the game. Under 12 minutes left in the first half. Addie Hanna brings it up. She's a senior. Kicked out. Alyssa Bronick into the game for the first time, and they go to the right side, and there's Odie with that just beautiful shot. Give her 9.
Yeah, rainbow jumper from Odie, and again, it comes on a drive and kick.
Chibichi into the front court. Tornadoes will set up there. Laram. Double team, trapped. Gets rid of it to Shoknek. Somebody's got to be open. They find Shabichi on that far side, but she traveled.
Yeah, she traveled, and Angel's picking up her foot. She can't do that. And if I'm Lizzie Shoknek right there, I'm just taking it to the basket. I'm trying to get to the line. That's one thing you love about her is her unselfishness, but right there, I want that shot. I want her to take that.
And all of a sudden, this lead is at 9 for Maple Grove.
Yeah, and you don't want to fall behind quickly. You don't want to get double digits behind with 10 minutes to go in a half, because that's when things can really start to get away from you. So you need a good defensive stand right here.
Now it'll be Odie who will bring it up. She'll be met by Clough, and then coming up to double teamer was Ayeni. Passes out of it into the corner for Baranek, and she comes off the bench and hits a three. And a 30-second timeout for Nick Novak in his 4th year here, as Maple Grove has exploded to make it 20-8. It was tied at 7 at one point here in the game. So a 13-1 run here for Maple Grove.
And they're doing it with really the drive and kick, right? They're getting to the basket, kicking it out for the open three, because they're drawing that defense in. And this might be an adjustment for Coach Novak to move into some sort of zone or do something, because as they play this defense that they're matching up, trying to match up man-to-man, they're struggling to do that and still get coverage on all parts of the floor. So that's a lot of moving the chess pieces around as Maple Grove.
Yeah, very competitive season here in the Northwest Suburban Conference. As Yuri mentioned, Maple Grove without a loss. Anoka's up there as well as far as the number of wins. But right now, Maple Grove, the only undefeated team. Elk River's having a heck of a year.
Sure are.
With just one loss in conference play. They just defeated Anoka 53-47. Anoka still pretty well in line to be the Section 7 4A top seed. After the timeout, Kuyan in the corner finds Laram down to Ayeni. Backdoor pass there on the backside. Missed the shot. Rebound Crimson. Up to Odie. Goes to the left hand, and she's in for 2 more. She recently passed the 2,000 mark plateau, and she has 11 tonight.
You can see why she does it, right? A great outside shot and the ability to run in the open floor.
Long baseball pass, and the reverse layup is up and good by Drew Peterson.
I like that. Be assertive. I wanted Ayeni to be more assertive on that last post, right? When she caught it in the block, just go up and shoot it. And instead, it's that one unselfish pass too many. You appreciate the unselfishness, but you want your big-time players to make big-time plays.
And they did a nice job throwing it over that zone press. Addie Hanna to inbound, out to Odie. Smooth crossover, straight away. Bella Hanna fake. She'll spin against Ayeni. Kick it out. Sophie Anderson, 3. Couple of bounces. 3 bounces off the rim. Addie Hanna at 5'7" goes down there and rips the ball away. Then it's blocked by Frecking. Saved from out of bounds by Kuan, and it ends up into the hands of Baranek, who scores and has her 5th point.
You cannot let a 5'7" guard beat you to a rebound. You have got to box out if you're Anoka.
Another long pass for 3, but a travel.
Can't do that. You're just hopping on your pivot foot if you're Drew Peterson. You've got to dribble the ball if you're going to take that step-back shot.
That's twice now on that same thing, that step-back or set up for the 3. That the Tornadoes have been called for traveling with 9:50 left in the first half.
Yeah, and it's a turn, and it's a travel 10 times out of 10. You got referees aren't going to miss that.
So Odie will inbound. Substitution, Caitlin Clough into the game for the first time, and Sophie Anderson would come off the bench. Averages 7 points off the bench. Good bench player for Coach Mark Cook. 24-10. Addie Hanna stripped away in a steal. All the way to the hoop, and missing the layup was Peterson.
Peterson didn't want to get contact right there, so she hustled that layup in, but you have got to finish those if you're the Tornadoes.
Bella Hanna back to Odie. Odie takes it on the left hand to the right hand, pulls up the dribble. Quick pass out to Bella Hanna. She makes the move against Ayeni. They need some backside help. They do, and then she spins around, takes the hook shot off the glass. Maple Grove right now dominating on the glass and the offensive boards. Odie almost slips. Now she comes in with the spin, defended, quickly kicks it back out. Bella Hanna to the basket. Good job defending on the interior by Anoka, but then they just kick it out to the corner, and then Addie Hanna hits a three.
Drive and kick. They just ran the same offensive set like 3 times until they got what they needed, and that time it was an open 3 in the corner from Hanna, and everything clicking for the Crimson.
27-10.
Right
Moved to
back
the
up.
basket, Kuyan. Kicked out, jumper from 17, doesn't go for Shoknek. And the Crimson come right back.
See, I want the 2-footer from Deborah Ianni over the 17-footer from Shoknek.
Double dribble Sienna Mayer. And that'll be one of the few turnovers that Maple Grove has had here in the early going. They couldn't hit a shot early on, but since then, they've been much better.
Well, yeah, they first 2-3 minutes, you're right, didn't make a basket, and now they seem like they can't miss.
Tapped into the front court. Kuyan will back up and set up to Frecking. Frecking averaging 21 points a game. Dials up a 3. It's off. Bella Hanna. Back the other way into the front court. Finds Odie. Spot up. 3 is good.
We talk about what the press does, speeds up the clock of the other team, and that's what Maple Grove has done. They have sped Anoka up, and it has made it tough for the Tornadoes.
Back into the backcourt. They get another 10 seconds. They'll fire it into the front court. Intercepted. Crimson got a 2-on-1 with numbers out to Odie. Here's another 3. That one missed.
That was a heat check there from Odie.
Came up just short. Hanna gets the rebound. Out to Bella Hanna. Addie to Bella, and Bella connects for 3. She has 6. And another 30-second timeout here for Coach Nick Novak and the Anoka Tornadoes, down now by 23.
And what makes Jordan Odie so good is the fact that the other players that she has contribute because they can all make shots.
Right.
That's a great example of it right there. Because when you double down on Odie or you put the pressure, she can just kick it out, and all of a sudden there's an open 3 for Hanna. There's an open 3 for Holmquist. It's really impressive. And Baranek comes off the bench, knocks down a shot. There's our cheer squad. Just got back from Nationals in Florida last week. Good job by them.
Very exciting.
Speech captain, or not my speech captain, but cheer captain, Ella McDougall, also a speechy down there.
Is that that's what you call somebody who's in speech?
Yeah,
You're a speechy?
You're a speechy, yeah. It's a thing.
It is a thing.
Yeah. I don't know if she'll
cool.
say that she's a speechy. She'll say that she's the cheer captain and also does speech on the side.
Yes.
She dabbles, if you could
dabbles.
say.
Well, she can bring that cheerleadership to the speech competitions, I'm sure.
I'm sure she
absolutely.
absolutely.
Learns as the cheer captain and then use that in speech competitions and meets.
Maybe she'll lead our team in a cheer of UGLY. You ain't got no alibi.
That's a good one.
That's not bad.
Is that one still in the repertoire? Can you do that one anymore?
I don't
know.
think they can, but certainly
seems
that
a little
was
derogatory.
Hit.
That was a big one in my day.
Yeah.
So 33-10, it's Anoka ball.
It's like cutting in line at lunch. It's not encouraged, but you still know how to do it.
And a lot of times they look the other way.
Yeah.
Lizzie Shoknek fires it into the corner. Iene, and then nice strong move, and on the reverse, it's Frecking. Gets her 6th basket of the night, and she'll get her 2nd and 1 attempt of the night here, too.
You have to be assertive now. If you're Maddie Frecking, if you're Deborah Iene, if you catch a ball 6 feet from the basket, you have got to go for it and get yourself a bucket and a look.
Maddie Frecking, 2 out of 3 from the line tonight.
Yeah, it's a lane violation. Iene's got inside the box of her opponent down there as Clough had the positioning, and Iene was moving out of her position. Just gotta hold your water for a second.
Some of those unforced errors here hurting the Anoka Tornadoes. 33-12. Odie has it on the near side. They double team, then they leave Bella Hanna wide open. And she hits her 3rd 3 of this first half. She has 9 for the game.
And I don't mind the idea of coming out and pressuring the guard, but if you're going to leave open 3-point shooters, you're going to get hurt.
Shoknek gets it down to Iene. Passes out of the double team. It's Frecking. Spinning down on the near wing. Kicked out Peterson. Baseline underneath Iene on the backside. That was a nice pass play, nice penetration. And then the kick to Iene down low, and Deb puts it up and in, and she'll have an and one chance.
Yeah, good job there by Deborah Iene, giving herself some positioning on the floor and using some leverage, getting some space where she's able to come in and make a play. Quickly to the bench. Big changes, wholesale changes here for Maple Grove.
Bordering on line change. I think they went 5 for 5, or at least 4.
4 for 5
Four,
at least.
four
right
of them,
there.
yeah. Four substitutions. The only one that stays out there is Jordan Odie. Ianni with the and one attempt. Connects.
Such an important part of her development is how much better she has gotten at the free throw line. Liram will come on. Ianni will sit.
And she is just a junior, averaging 13 points a game, 10 rebounds. Had 26 in the game against Champlain Park earlier this year that we had here on QCTV from the Anoka Fieldhouse. Ball for Maple Grove, up and good. Sophie Anderson.
And do you see how they run that same action over and over again until they get what they want there, Jim? I mean, it's so impressive. It's just a well-oiled machine on their offensive set.
That's good, just good discipline. And that's from running that in practice over and over and over again. Shoknek here for Anoka. Couple of dribbles. Chabichi steps back, 3, short. Bodie had her foot on the baseline, so it'll stay here with the Anoka Tornadoes.
Angel likes to do that little step back 3, but that ball kind of stopped offensively there. And I think they're going to check something out. I'm not sure what.
They didn't call it jump ball, so I'm not sure what.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just
was there something with the scorebook?
Maybe shot clock. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, could be. That's probably what it is.
Because if it didn't touch iron, you have to decide what.
You got to keep it going. So they work it around. Chabichi. Brecking comes up, high post, backs it in, layup underhand try, didn't go off the glass. Brecking gets it right back, and Anoka will reset.
Yeah, you want to get a swing right there.
Shoknek, Chabichi, inside the lane, Frecking. Anoka going through the progressions on their offense, and Frecking will force it up and force the foul call, and we'll get 2 more foul shots.
And this is basically what Anoka needs to keep doing, is they've got to keep putting pressure on this Maple Grove defense and try to stay in the game here, try to get this back under 20. Make a little run here. You got to get a few stops.
Frecking hits. She leads Anoka. She has 7. Ianni has 5. Odie is 14 for Maple Grove to lead all scores. And number 2 is good. So Frecking hits them both. She's gone to the line here 6 times already. 4 for 6 in this first half. 38-17. Maple Grove ball kicked out. Holmquist for the Crimson. Back iron, grab by Frecking.
And Frecking trying to put the superhero cape on here. It looks like getting in there, getting some rebounds, getting to the line.
Kuyan, 7-point average on the season. Again, they go a little high post with Frecking. Tried to get it back to Kuyan on the cut. Intercepted by the Crimson. Bodie, Frecking on her quickly. Anderson, another kick out. Dribble drive, Holmquist. Little floater miss. Got her own rebound. She's surrounded. Plays it back out to Anderson. And now the 3 from the near side by Lexi Hanna. Off the front rim, bounces, and it's rebounded here by Anoka.
Good defense there by the Tornadoes.
Chabichi. They need a lot of those here. They need a lot of stops, but then on the other end, you can't be called for an offensive player control foul
moving
on the screen, so that'll turn it back over to the Crimson.
That's a couple of times now the Tornadoes have been hit by the moving screen. You can't do it. I want to see a little more spacing. I mean, they're running more high screen, which is nice for the Tornadoes, but I would like to see them space out the floor a little bit and see if you can kind of move the Crimson around. It's too clumped up in the lane.
Crimson ball, 4.5 left. Bodie, who posts up this time, takes it. Hook shot. Runner in the lane is good here for Bodie.
Boy, that's
16 first half points.
Total package, right? Shoot the 3, the ability to post. That looked like she had been to handling school a few times in the low block. Looked very professional.
Larum to Ianni, back to Larum. Tessa Larum, senior guard. Here's Angel Chabichi. Peterson.
Yep, she jumped
She
first.
traveled. That's a third of those here.
She hopped first before the shot, and that is, I mean, you can't do that. Got to put the ball on the floor.
Now, is that something that this crew is watching just a little bit closer? Because you think as a basketball player that taking those shots are natural, or is it because you're playing a good team like Maple Grove and you're trying to rush it?
Every referee can see things, and maybe some crews get warned a little bit ahead of time, like, hey, this kid likes to do this. A lot of coaches will handle the scouting reports for the officials sometimes.
Exactly. Maple Grove working it around. Here's the drive on the right side, laid up and nicely there by Sophie Anderson.
Kind of little picket fence action there a little bit, the way they were able to isolate and get that lane opened up.
Classic Hoosiers inbound play.
See,
Jump
that was
shot,
better.
Peterson. No travel on that one, but the shot didn't go. 3.5 left. 42-17 Bodie. Here's her drive. That Euro step again with the reverse, and it's off the glass, but she draws the foul, and we'll get 2 shots.
No, certainly a lot of superlatives to describe Jordan Odie and what you've seen, but what I guess I'm impressed with is I don't see anything she does poorly, right? She handles with the left, she handles with the right, she can go in the low block, she can put it on the floor, she can spin move, she pivots, she has great footwork, she can shoot threes, she can shoot mid-range jumpers. Just can't make free throws when I'm talking her up.
Right,
that's the only downer.
You jinxed her there.
Yeah, I know, it's my fault.
And
but that is so cool when you have everything at your disposal.
Yeah. Gives you a lot of options and things you can do. Mentioned before, going to Michigan State to be a Spartan, going to play Big Ten. Missed them both there. Anoka's got the ball.
That was my fault, Jordan. I apologize. That's totally on me.
You do that regularly.
I
Tessa Larum underneath Ieni. A little bit too deep. Gets it back. Offensive rebound and a putback. 7 for Ieni.
Just be assertive. I love that from Deborah Ieni. More of that.
Bodie again pulls up 10-footer. 2 more for her. 18 now.
Yeah, Jordan Odie, there is no stopping her when she gets inside of 10 feet. She's just going to make it every time.
Lizzie Shoknek will bring it up into Ieni. Little high-low up off the glass. Too strong. Ieni gets a rebound again. And it's good. And a foul.
Doing a little Angel Reese action. Throw it off the glass, get your own rebound, pad your numbers, put it down for an easy one.
Ieni has just been a force. That's one thing. Maple Grove just doesn't. They just don't have anybody to match up with her down low.
And if you're Anoka, you need to. I know you're down by a lot, but you don't change. You need to use that to your advantage.
And her free throw comes up short. Bodie the rebound. Ieni with 9 points, 44-21. Crimson, Sophie Anderson, Bella Hanna, then to Addie. Her reverse blocked. Ieni's doing it all.
Maybe Ieni's put the cape on.
Tornadoes, Larum. Peterson into the shoes and ankles there of Kuyan, and break for Anoka there as it goes out of bounds off of Maple Grove.
Yeah, I think Drew Lirum, or Peterson wanted to hit it and swing it back out up top, and then as she cut, it was just not a great pass and a great angle to throw that pass. Got to move.
Shoknek to inbound. Kuyan's got it.
Take your time, run your stuff.
Gets it back to Larum. Larum. Baseline there against Anderson. Kicked into the corner. The 3 from there is good.
That's
and
where
Drew Peterson.
That's where she's at her best, Jim, when she can just kind of stand there and take it. Doesn't have to put it on the floor. Just catch it and shoot it.
Her first 3 of the night. She has 5 for the game. 2 minutes left in the first half. Sophie Anderson. Addie Hanna. Here's Bella Hanna. Runner gets the roll. Nice touch. Bella Hanna now 11.
Boy, I like her game too. Boy, is she good.
Minute 40 left. Larum, pass up for grabs. Getting to it was Peterson. Wanted to go to Ieni, and it's over her and out of bounds.
That was the look they wanted right there. Ieni had the clear out to the basket. She just didn't break to it. Peterson was anticipating that movement, and when they didn't see it. Good fight by the Tornadoes here these last few minutes, though.
Yep. 46-24. Bella Hanna, Addie Hanna ends up with it into the corner. Here's Odie, and a beautiful runner. Hits it from about 10. 2 more for her, 20 first half points. She's easily on the way to her season high at 34 against Wayzata.
Yeah, just delicate there with that rainbow jumper. It's beautiful to watch.
1 minute remaining. Kuyan wants to go down to Ianiu, and they forced it down there. She missed. Iani gets her own rebound, gets a rebound again, stripped away out of bounds.
Got to finish those at the rim. Got to do that. Tornadoes missed 11 layups in their last game against Andover. Tonight probably missed 5, 6, 7 more. You got to have them.
Those can be costly, no doubt. Shoknek inbounds. Frecking works it out. Kuyan down to Frecking, and it's blocked. Bella Hanna got a piece of that all ball. And Addie has it here for the Crimson. 40 seconds left. Bodie over the top. Bella Hanna fires it right back. Good ball movement. Anderson the shot for 3. Backside rebound ripped down by Frecking.
A rare missed three-pointer here from Maple Grove. They've been filling it up.
Frecking across the timeline. Picked up by Bodie, then double team. Hooks it down to Ieni, who takes it herself to the basket. Got a little too deep. Missed it. Rebound Maple Grove. Shot clock is off. Bella Hanna out to Sophie Anderson. Her 3 is good with 6 seconds left.
Just a little drive and kick, not too much, but just enough to draw the defense as Frecking hurls.
Oh, a 3/4 court bomb by Frecking off the front rim. Sophie Anderson who hit the 3 just before that. 7 first-half points. And we go to the locker room here in the halftime from the Anoka Fieldhouse. Anoka High School in Anoka, 51-24. Maple Grove trying to win their 65th consecutive conference game. They lead it here from Anoka on QCTV Sports.
Each store in downtown Anoka has their own unique niche to it.
Hi, I'm Gina Schupanitz, and we are at Favorite Things in downtown Anoka on Main Street. The business has been here for probably 10 or 12 years, and I just bought it 2 years ago. When I bought it 2 years ago, it was actually called the White Owl, and just this past spring or past February, I renamed the business to Favorite Things. So the business has been here a long time, and it's got a long standing in the community and just a lot of loyal customers to the store.
And those customers come back for a reason. The store is a treasure trove of delightful finds, from unique furniture to stylish women's apparel, sparkling jewelry to charming gifts. It has something for everyone.
I don't know if I could pick one favorite thing in the store. I really try to find things that people are going to like and that people will think are their favorite things. Now we have a lot of seasonal items in the store. We've got wind chimes and our rain chains, which are super popular. People love them for their outdoor garden areas and their patios. They make wonderful gift items. And then, during the seasons, we change out the decor too. So every season we have new items. So in the fall, you'll see a lot of fall decor. And then, of course, during the holidays, this store becomes just a mecca of Christmas items. So I would say if you haven't shopped here, make sure you come back and check it out each season because you definitely will see something new every time you come in.
Favorite Things is also participating in the Anoka Social District, so customers can enjoy their drinks, socialize with friends, and shop in the store.
The Anoka community is thriving. The Chamber of Commerce here and the Discover Anoka group do a fantastic job with helping to promote the downtown area and the small businesses. And almost every month of the year we have an event here in town which brings in a lot of customers and just brings in a lot of new people to the city, and it just helps the small businesses thrive. Yeah. I want people to come here and say, oh my God, I'm looking for this item and I want to give it to a friend of mine because it's an item that I love. So that's kind of what I try to specialize in.
So next time you're in Anoka, I definitely make a point to stop by and see what catches your eye at Favorite Things.
We are Midwest Animal Rescue and Services, aka MARS. We are committed to serving both pet and parent, finding homes for animals that were once lost, left behind, and forgotten, while bringing harmony and enhancing education in our community. We started in 2006 and have a 98% adoption success rate. With the help of our community and people like you, MARS has saved over 21,000 animals. All of our animals live in foster homes as family members. Once they get adopted and go home, they stay home. We have a nonprofit veterinary clinic and dog obedience training services. We are actively supporting both ends of the leash, both people and pets. breaking down barriers and building community. Visit our website, www.midwestanimalrescue.org, to learn more and join our Mars community today.
Just off of Pierce Street in Anoka is one of the largest humanitarian efforts in the state. And above all else that will be shared in this video today, Anoka Community Mission acts as a solution to some of the largest problems that the country faces today. And thus the purpose of the video is to encourage others to be a part of the solution by visiting AnokaCommunityMission.org and learning how you can donate or volunteer. I met up with Executive Director Jason Berry to get an exclusive look inside their incredible facility, learn about their volunteer work and opportunities, and to get a glimpse of what it takes to run a mission like this.
We call 440 Pierce Street the Miracle on Pierce Street, and our vision is, if the Lord allows us to, we are going to end up becoming Minnesota Community Missions, and Anoka would be one of our sites.
What has started as a child care ministry with Little Blessings of Anoka in 2013 has now grown into a multifaceted nonprofit with 9 ministries that serve a variety of the most crucial needs in the community.
If you think the mission is the umbrella, and then there are different programs that report to that umbrella. There are social needs programs that are distributing emergency items, but then we have a number of fundraising programs. We collect aluminum cans, we collect rejected international currency, we collect children's books. So they all have their names so that we can track all those. They have their own accounts. And we designed it that way so if any one of those programs grew to such an extent that it needed to become its own nonprofit, it could spin off and become its own nonprofit. And then as you've seen in the building, if the donor wants the funds to go to a particular program, Jason, I want you to use these dollars to buy toilet paper for families. Okay, well, the funds will go into general fund and get transferred over to Martha's Cupboard, and I'll go buy toilet paper with the Martha's Cupboard debit card. And that's another reason why we're structured the way that we are. It enables us to very easily honor donor intent.
Of course, the work at the mission cannot be done without its dedicated volunteers, whose experiences and skill sets are vast to meet each ministry needs, including Jason's 13-year-old daughter, Rachel, who has been volunteering at the mission with her father since she was 7, who has now become a leader at the mission and an inspiring example for other volunteers to give to their full potential. Volunteers at the mission are present throughout the week on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and on Saturdays is the mission's donation drop-off day for anyone in the community who wish to donate large quantities of food and clothing items to the mission. The mission does encourage donors to refer to their needed items page on their website to see what items are in high demand at the mission. Sundays is for emergency distribution at the mission from 2 to 5 p.m., offering families and individuals groceries, clothing, and anything else they can offer. And it is through these incredible efforts that allow the mission to both meet each ministry's goals and to stretch its reach even further with additional programming for community needs.
The plan is that we'll continue to do our emergency distribution on Sundays from 2 to 5, but then on Monday evening we're going to do a community dinner. And we'll be able to feed people here in the core, and then the classrooms that are on the perimeter will be used for small group rooms and children's ministry as well. Now the plan is, after we get Solomon's Wardrobe done, then I'm going to have a gymnasium, and I'm going to reestablish the backboard for basketball. I'm going to have a nice epoxy floor and a half court at least. That area will also be available for inflatables, so that we can incorporate that into our children's programming.
Alongside everything that drives the mission forward, including both volunteer hours and generous donations, it is Jason's conscientious handling of every cent and item given to the mission to stretch the value of each donation as far as possible, or as Jason refers to it, as God's economy.
And because we operate so lean, we can really stretch those dollars and make a big impact. Because when you think about, on average, 100 families get served on a weekend. We can provide all of the essential food and clothing and hygiene needs. I mean, $1,000 a year for a family? I mean, that's God's economy. That's like that is the miracle on Pierce Street, the loaves and fishes in the 21st century. And I think that's a really cool story to tell. And of course, it doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens because grocery stores give, and nonprofits give, and individual donors give, and people donate their time to be driving around in their vehicle to be picking up stuff. We've been told that there really isn't anything like us, So we want to try and do this well. We want to, we do have other nonprofits that are benchmarking and looking at what we're doing, and we want to try to help them avoid the landmines that organizationally that we've stepped on over the years. And we certainly want to be a blessing. But I hope that what's happening here could expand even beyond our scope, and that it could be reproduced well, and that as many people can be helped as possible.
So this is the third year that the course has been in the ground. This year will be the second year that we've done this form of the Wolf Moon doubles. It's a different type of doubles that I've heard about in different parts of the country, but it's fun because like you and I might play together for a few holes, and maybe I shoot really poorly, and then I get a partner with the next person in line. I shoot really well, and then you're kind of busting my chops about it a little bit. So it's just a different way of doing doubles, and just a fun time. So. Doubles events, I think, are the best intro into competitive golf events that you can have, because there's not as much pressure as there might be if you're playing an individual round. And it's just, like everybody's out here to have a good time. This will be the second year that we've done a different version of random doubles during the Winterfest Wolf Moon doubles event that will be held 2 weeks from today on January 16th. We're going to do a rotating doubles match where you'll start off by playing 5 holes with person, if you're person A, you'll play 5 holes with person B. Then the next 5 holes you'll play with person C. And then the next 5 holes you'll play with person D. And then the last 3 holes you play as a solo player. So you get a chance to play 5 holes with each of the other 3 people on your card. And then you have a chance to separate yourself.
Second half is underway. Maple Grove and Anoka, if you're just joining us, 51-24 Maple Grove. They've got the opening possession and the opening basket. Lexi Hannah of the Hannah triplets, Addie, Lexi, and Bella. And she hits the opening basket here to start the second half.
Right back into that 2-1-2 press.
Fired it in the corner. Peterson underneath. Frecking, here's her runner, and it rolls out. Rebound, back up Ieni. And a putback, and she gets Anoka's first hoop of the second half. There's Odie, 20 first half points. That season high of 34 is certainly within reach. Crimson work it around. Hook pass here by Bella Hanna here to the right side, and it's good. Kate Holmquist. That's a 3 for her, 56-26.
They just do that same offensive set. Little drive, little kick every time, and it's working.
Frecking lobs it. There were 2 players there. You had Kuyan and Ieni. And ends up in the hands of the Crimson and falling to the floor. Addie Hanna, that'll be traveling. Falling to the floor with the ball. Has been and always will be traveling until the end of time.
At least that's what we think.
Yes. At least that's what it should be. Ieni,
I agree.
Takes that inbounds pass. Here's her baseline drive. She gets underneath, and she was held. Getting a hand on it. Lexi Hanna did a nice job stopping the ball, and it's a jump ball.
I like the aggressive take by Ieni, though, to take it baseline.
That was very nice.
Do a little spin move there, it looked like she was ready to do.
Arrow here to the Tornadoes. Into Frecking. Kuyan. Peterson now Frecking again. Takes it to the middle and coming in on the double team, stripping it as Holmquist. Long feet ahead for Bodie, but it's intercepted. Choknek like a safety. Cutting in front of the wide receiver, makes the interception. They go to Kuyan, who finds Ieni, misses, gets her own rebound back up.
Yeah,
Debbie Ieni, or Deborah Ieni, is going to have a lot of rebounds here tonight.
Yeah, she has got to find a way to finish those. You can see her frustration level is high, and I understand that. They had about 12 missed layups in this first half, so and Ieni's got a few of them. She's got to get a little stronger finishing at the rim, but she has been tenacious on the glass.
And she goes to the line, but misses, comes up short.
And you could see her frustration level just
happy.
in her body language, just in everything. She is a great kid.
Ieni averages 10 rebounds a game. She has well over that already.
Oh, yeah, and she is about as fun to watch and fun to talk to as anybody in the building. Her and Angel Chabichi have a very interesting chemistry, I must say. They are fun to hang out with.
Missed both there, and back come the Crimson, and Kate Holmquist makes them pay. Holmquist off into the second half here. She did not score in the first half. She's got 2 threes here this half and 6 points.
They can fill it up from the outside.
From the corner, shot misses Peterson. Rebound the other way. Long pass ahead for Bodie. Can't quite track that down. Right back to Anoka.
Do you think it's got to be like 10-1 on 3-point shots? I think Maple Grove really got it going there in the middle of the first half, making threes. Not just Odie, but Hannah, and now Holmquist getting involved. And now back to that, looking like they were going to show a little 2-1-2 press, and then they backed off into man.
Kuyan for the Tornadoes brings it down that far side. Into the corner, Peterson down to Ayeni. Good idea. Keep feeding Ayeni. And she now has 13 with that play up off the glass and in.
Yeah, you're right. Maple Grove does not have a physical answer in the post. She's going to be able to catch it deep. Just a matter of her putting it away.
Bodie in the lane. Hook pass out to Holmquist. Back to Bodie. Missed it off the front rim. Comes back out to Bodie at the rebound. Another chance. And you give Jordan Bodie more than one chance, she's going to convert on the second one more often than not if you give her a second chance, and she has 23.
Bodie is up to 23, playing so good.
Kuyan frecking right in front of her bench here for the Tornadoes. To Shoknek. She dials up a 3, misses. Backside, knocked out of bounds. Frecking against Bodie. It'll be Bodie and Crimson with the ball here.
I like that she shot it, though. Lizzie Shoknek, I've said it a bunch this year, but she has to shoot 6-7 shots a game. I think in order for you to really respect her on the floor, she's a heck of a defender. She's a great passer. She is such a good teammate, and she's so unselfish. And so you love all of those things. You just need her to shoot the ball just a little more.
Bodie, Holmquist, right side, Addie Hanny with a shot, and that one misses, comes off short.
Boy, all these Hannahs and Odies. It's a lot going on for you. A lot of vowels.
Too many.
Way too many.
Frecking looking for Ayeni. They got her covered. No front side, but they had the backside defense. Back to Ayeni, who spins off the box, off the glass, and 2 more for her. 15 for Ayeni, and she'll get her 3rd and 1 chance of the game.
Maybe not the most perfect footwork on that turnaround, but what I like, again, is the assertiveness of Deborah Ayeni. The fact that she's able to turn and fire, that she's not thinking, she's not hesitant. That's good for her. Now she's got to make a couple of these. There you go.
And she does. She completes the 3-point play. Her 16 points. She's the only Tornado in double figures. She leads Anoka in scoring. 62-31 Maple Grove.
There go back to running this little offensive set.
Bodie got it from Clough. Looked for Clough the cutter. Instead they go right side. That's Bella Hanna. Her long-range shot missed. Frecking really rebounds. Will fire it into the far corner. Peterson. Her 3 is good. Drew Peterson. Second 3 of the game. She has 8 for the game.
Peterson and Frecking, maybe the only real 3-point threats on the team. Got to give Drew Peterson looks. That's her second one of the night, as you mentioned.
Bodie with a nice drive. Missed the shot. Then it's a held ball. Arrow in favor of Maple Grove. Crimson after tonight, 2 games remaining for them. Robbinsdale Armstrong next week on Tuesday. A week from tomorrow, they're at Blaine, and that's the end of the regular season.
Yeah, 21-2. They're looking good to go maybe 23-2 or 24-2 by the end of the season.
Addie Hanna. Clough.
Wow.
Anderson got it.
Tell you what, is there anybody who can't shoot?
Well, that's, I think, the key to their game is that the 3 is such a big part of their game, and everybody can shoot it.
Oh, man.
Into the front court, fake the 3, go to the basket. Lara missed it, rebound on the floor, and a whistle and a foul here against Maple Grove. But I think that's the key to their offense because they can play that drive where they kick out. You can kick out to anybody. It doesn't matter who you kick it out. Everybody's a threat on their offense.
And that's what it is. And if everybody's a threat to score, it's hard to zone in on one person. Well, you can't just double up on Odie when you have all the Hannahs and Holmquist, everybody who can shoot.
So after the foul on Maple Grove, that's their 3rd team foul here this half. Kuyan will set it up here on the right wing for Anoka. Into the corner, Peterson, who just hit a 3 from over there, steps inside the arc, and it's a 2.
Nice, confident move by Drew Peterson, and she has really become that third scorer for Anoka this year, stepping up and hitting some big shots.
Nearing 13 minutes left. We're in the second half. Anderson posting up Bodie, left-hand little half-baby hook off the rim, the front of the rim, came up short, rebound for Anoka.
Good straight-up defense there on Jordan Odie that time. And forcing her to go up over the top. Now, she's going to make that a lot, but that's good defense.
To Ianni. Missed on the double team. Taps it out to Frecking. She goes in strong. It's the bottom of the rim, and it's out of bounds. Off of the Crimson's Anderson. It'll stay with Anoka.
Nice job there again. They have figured out the answer, have the Tornadoes. They have said, all right, the solution is it's going to be a Deborah Ianni night. We're going to throw it to her early and often.
Get her touches down low.
Chabichi back on the floor as well.
Inbound to Frecking, to Chapichi. Then it's Peterson. Again, steps inside the three-point arc. Takes a 17-foot jump shot. Rebound Crimson this time. Pushed ahead by Jordan Odie. Addie Hanna. Anderson. Clough, who's a senior. Back for Bodie. Baseline hesitates. She's able to fake shots and pass all in the same motion. As they get it back underneath, they want to go back out to Odie here on the near side, and it is over her and out of bounds.
Well, that's exactly what you want to do if you're Anoka. Just stay home defensively. Don't get sucked into some of that drive and kick stuff. Stay in your lanes. Try to put a little pressure on. I think it almost looked like a baby zone there for Anoka that time. Try to just take away those angles. Good job by the Tornadoes.
Angel Chabichi brings it across. Peterson underneath Frecking. That was a nice look in the backdoor cut and the feed. And Frecking back out on the board since the first time, really since early in the first half. She has 10. Just her third field goal, though. Left side, another jumper, and it's good.
I'll tell you what, Kate Holmquist has come out firing in this second half. That's her third 3 since the start of this half, and she has been very, very good. 9 points, all in the half. And again, that three-point shot has just been deadly for Maple Grove, and it's just hard to deal with it because, yeah, if somebody's cold, not everybody's going to be cold.
All 5 of the starters for Maple Grove are going on to play college ball as we take a look at the 4A rankings. Of course, top-ranked. Got some tough teams. Maple Grove, Hopkins, Eden Prairie. Of course, Maple Grove will be in that conference next year, the Lake Conference. Just look at the Lake Conference teams that are in there.
Yep.
St. Michael, Albertville, Minnetonka, Wayzata, Eden Prairie, Hopkins, and Maple Grove. That's 6 teams out of the Lake Conference in the top 10.
Now we know what you're going to be doing next year on your off nights when you have a chance to go watch some girls basketball. You're
Probably
going
go
to
to
be
the
heading
Lake
out to Lake Conference.
Yeah, exactly. So we were just talking about Maple Grove and their 5 starters. Addie Hanna's going to Augustana, great sports school in Sioux Falls. Kate Holmquist going to Montana. That's Division I. Lexi Hanna's going Division I, University of Missouri St. Louis. Aren't those the Billikens?
I believe
they not
are
the Billikens?
I think they're the Billikens, yeah.
That's University of Missouri St. Louis. Michigan State, as we mentioned, for Jordan Odie, and Bella Hanna going to Houghton up in the Upper Peninsula with the Huskies and Michigan Tech.
I don't know if you're going there as much as you're exiled there. Is that
People who go up there,
not
they
fair.
love it.
No, do they really?
Marquette's up there too.
Yeah.
Northern Michigan.
I suppose
they get a lot of
Michigan
snow up there.
It is beautiful up there. There's no doubt about that.
On the shores of Lake Superior. Just don't be up there when the gales of November come early. So 68-38 down to Frecking, working it hard, came up short, gets her own rebound, puts it back up, looking to draw the foul, but Odie grabs it here and will bring it back the other way. Odie drives, kicked out, open. Lexi Hanna with a shot. And it'll be Frecking who clears the rebound. Chabichi. That's Peterson. Laram. Frecking again. Bumped there a little bit on the baseline. Throws it back out. Somehow got it out to Peterson. And Frecking ends up with it. Then Chabichi, step back 3, short. Rebound grabbed. Anderson here for Maple Grove.
Good defense by Maple Grove that time.
Bounce pass Mayer. In the middle. Up and under move there by Hanna, but it doesn't go. That was Lexi Hanna down low. Rebound Chabichi and Anoka back. Down by 30 here. 10.5 left. Second half.
Trying a little screen and roll there.
Didn't quite work there for Peterson. Then it came back, got knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Anoka.
I continue to say that the one thing you'd like to see the Tornadoes do a little bit more of is space the floor. You just feel like a lot of the Crimson players are kind of in that area of the lane, and there's just not a lot of room to roam. If you could spread people out a bit, you might find some open lanes to drive. I mean, you can see 3 white jerseys surrounding Liram as she was in the corner.
Ianni comes up to help out on the inbounds pass, gives it back to Peterson, who goes right back to Ianni. Nice drop step. And she doesn't get the shot to go, but will go to the line with 2 shots here for Ianni, who has 16 and a chance to add to that team high 16.
And sometimes you got it. When you find something that's kind of working, you just have to keep doing it.
And she hits 17 for Ianni. Her team and season high 26. That was against Champlain Park at a game where she hit for 25 at Totino Grace. Hits both free throws here. And you mentioned, Tim, earlier, that's an area she's really worked on.
Definitely.
And if you are a big, if you are one of the post players down low, you're going to go to the line a lot. Odie with a shot for 3. Tapped out nicely by Addie Hanna. Kicked out, and Bella Hanna, her sister, the triplets here, and she hits it. Bella with a 3, 14 on her ledger here tonight. That's her first basket of the second half, 71-40.
Bella Hanna can do some stuff, man, I'm telling you.
Ianni, nice spin move. That was beautiful. 2 more for her. She has 20 now.
That little spin cycle from Deborah Ianni, handling the basketball and driving. I love that.
Addie Hanna over to Lexi. Little hesitation inside the lane. Draws the defense. Kick it out. There's Odie waiting for it. Rattles out. No good. Lexi Hanna the rebound. Cutting to the basket is Odie on the reverse. And trailing her Laram. And Laram gets whistled for the foul.
Tessa Liram has often been a defensive stopper for this Tornado team all season long, and right there was an example of her trying to do that. Odie does such a nice job of moving without the basketball there, though.
2 shots for Odie.
Just 23 in this game, Reg. It's been a little quiet in the second half for Odie.
Yeah, she had 20 in the first half. Spreading the ball around a little bit more. We mentioned that Kate Holmquist came out firing 3 threes here in the early going of this second half. Second free throw is good. 24 for Odie now tonight.
Now a little urgency here for the Tornadoes here. They know they're probably well behind here, but they want to keep running their stuff and playing basketball.
Yeah, Ianni got a good look there. There was some contention. Came up short. Rebound. It's Odie with the ball. Crossover through the legs. Takes it to her left. Bella Hanna. Here's her drive to the basket against Ianni. Goes up with a hook shot. Missed. Ianni grabs, clears, and protects the rebound.
Her post footwork is so good and so clean for Bella Hanna. It is impressive.
Kuyan. Addie Hanna's on her. Down to Ianni. Kicked out. She drew 2 defenders. Kuyan on the runner. That comes up short. It's going to be towards the baseline, and a nice little box out there down low by Bella Hanna. Prevented Ianni from getting the ball.
What I mean for that for Hanna, too, keep an eye on she can shoot the 3, but when she puts it on the floor, do you see that pivot, that little drop step she does? She pulled a little dream shake a couple moves ago, put a little McHale post move on. It's like, that is a complete package in the low block. That is so fun to watch.
So the dream shake, are you talking about Akeem the Dream Olajuwon?
Yeah.
That's what I figured. I thought maybe you were talking about you said shake and maybe kind of hungry. I was thinking Shamrock Shake.
Well,
we're getting to that time of the year.
We're getting to that time of year. You're absolutely right.
If it's not available now, it will.
Do you stock up when that happens? Is that
kind of hard to stock up on shakes? You really can't freeze them.
Well, I guess not. But do you order 2 at a time?
No. Oh, no. Can't take that. Here's a pass here, fast break. Bella Hanna. I don't have diabetes, but if I did want diabetes, I think one of the routes to take would be 2 Shamrock Shakes.
Shamrock Shakes will get it done for you.
Would be 2 Shamrock Shakes in a single sitting. Probably by the time it was even St. Patrick's Day, I think it would be good.
Yeah, well, I mean, you wouldn't feel as lucky if you had those, that's for sure. Here's Maple Grove's schedule, as you mentioned, Jim.
Just 2 games left.
Armstrong and Blaine. Very impressive season continues for the Crimson Tornadoes. Also have 2 games or so left in their season. They've got Osseo and Park Center coming up.
Of course, Maple Grove, Section 5, 4A. They'll be the number 1 seed there. Mounds View is the next team down, and just looking at the QRF, which is a good way, not all the sections even use QRF anymore, but it's a good way certainly to kind of gauge how teams have done with common opponents and so forth. And they have a pretty good advantage on Maple Grove, and you can say the same thing about Anoka. Maple Grove has a lead on Mounds View in Section 5, and in Section 7, Anoka, a similar situation for them.
And Anoka went out and played that tough non-conference. They played Crosby Ironton with Orlean, and then they played Madden Greenway and Providence Academy. They've played that tough schedule just to ready them for games like tonight.
Here's Ayeni down to the box, draws a double team, kicks it out. Kuyan, her 3 misses. Ayeni back to Kuyan, and that's a travel.
Yeah, Kuyan that time just hustled that 3. Laurel did look like Philip Seymour Hoffman, and along came Polly right there. That was a little bit of a fire at the back iron.
Rain dance.
Yes.
White chocolate, which was my favorite.
Wasn't quite the one we were looking for on that one.
Left side, baseline, kicked out, open. Bella Hanna lets it go. That should have been out of bounds.
Yeah,
that
that's
bounced,
off the
hit the
stanchion.
strap. They missed it, so play continues. Lexi Hanna over here to Bronick.
Bronick, nice player off the bench for the Crimson.
She's a 5'6" senior, averages 3.5 points a game, getting some time here. Bella Hanna will try one and comes up short. Ayeni will let that one bounce off of the baseline paint, and Anoka will go back the other way.
You saw her slip a little bit before she took that shot, and here comes my editorial. This is the worst floor in all of high school basketball. I mean, it is just the most slippery, worst floor. I'll just say it again.
Didn't they just replace it not too long ago?
No, they desperately needs a replacement, something fierce.
Here is Frecking. Goes across, far side, kicked out, and a foul.
I don't mean to anger my friends at Anoka, obviously, but it is a slick
floor. Well, they are
floor.
your employer.
They are, but it's a slick floor, and I think we've talked about this many times before, that players slip and slide out here quite a bit.
And obviously that is something that is undesirable.
Certainly not. Well, you don't hear the squeak of the shoes nearly as much on this floor as you do on other floors, and it's because...
Good point. I never noticed that.
It's
I
slippery
think you're right
floor.
now that I think about it. Under 7 left to go here in the second half. Frecking has the ball for Anoka. Peterson, Shoknek in the corner. Ayeni kicked right back out. Kuyan, drive, runner, strong, foul.
And that's
rebound for Bella Hanna, and Ayeni called for the foul.
And she doesn't like that, but that's going to be the call. If you can't go, if they've got the position on you, you have to just eat that. That's why boxing out is so important. If you establish position, it's going to be amazing how many times you're going to pick that up. Look at the position Hannah's got. That is going to work all day. You're over her back.
Mm-hmm. Addie Hanna will bring it across. Get a season-high 21 at Park Center earlier this year. Had 9 in their game against Minnehaha Academy. As the Crimson put that one up. Rebound, Shoknek. Shoknek will bring it across herself. 32-point game here. Kuyan Ayeni squares up at the free throw line. Backs in, had it bumped and stripped away. Odie has it with a push here for Maple Grove. Fires it underneath on the break. The layup good by Anderson.
Ooh, that was a pretty pass, and I think it surprised Anderson even, but she liked it.
You've said so many times that Jordan Odie, Division I, going to Michigan State in the Big Ten. To play at that level, you got to be a complete player, and she is. She can dish, defend, rebound, shoot, create shots.
Yeah, you can't be a one-trick pony and do that, right? You got to be able to have the whole arsenal in your repertoire.
Kuyan has it out on the perimeter here for Anoka. Post coming up, Ayeni to help out. Shoknek. Just 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and with 2 seconds left, Ayeni lays it up and in.
Oh, and she might have came up lame here. They may have to come get her. She has an ankle.
Twisted her ankle. Back is Odie. She did get back in the defense, but Odie turns around and connects for her 26th point of the game.
And that's, again...
Deborah Ayeni is limping over to the bench.
May have came down on a foot there at the end of that. That's tough. And the thing is, you can kind of walk those off for a second, but the minute you sit down, that's when things start to really get dicey, and she's going to immediately go take a walk.
Yeah, just try to walk it off. 30-second timeout called here for Anoka, 78-44. Maple Grove with the lead.
And this is an interesting time for Nick Novak because the game's a bit out of reach. If she's tweaked her ankle even a little bit, you may just want to just go ahead and sit her down.
Ianni has 22. She's 4 shy of her season high, but the ankle's more important than a season high here tonight, certainly, as if something happens on that, you certainly don't want to force it and maybe aggravate it even worse. I would do damage that might keep her out of the game in the future, I guess, right? Those are things you need to weigh.
Such a huge part of what they do as well because of they don't have all those three-point shooters, right?
No.
They rely on that low block play, and so she's such an essential part of what they do that I don't think you want to do anything that risks her.
And for me, it's really refreshing to see somebody play that way and have a game with a post. I mean, it's so much about the three-point play, which is, of course, a very strong part of Maple Grove's game, but it's also nice to see some of that old-style basketball where you work it into your post, and that's probably the most important touch on your team here right now for Anoka.
Well, I really think that's been the key to Anoka's success, Jim, is because I don't think they've got the depth that a lot of these really good teams do. So what have they done? They've tried to play some low-scoring games, and it's worked out.
Anderson ends up with it on the baseline. Lexi Hanna ends up to Holmquist. Is that a big half? Can she add to it? She does. Cade Holmquist, 3 more. She has 4 threes this half. 12 points, all here in the second half.
And that was a swagger 3 right there. A little dribble between the legs, little step back, little sauce on that.
Cold-blooded.
No doubt.
Right wing, Laram. She tries one. Short. Good hands by Frecking. Gets it back and lays it up and in. It's been a tough night tonight for Maddie Frecking. She is in double figures, but it's been a tough battle to get to double figures. As we mentioned before, all of her games here this season, she's been in double figures. And a jump shot right side. Mayer getting into the action here. Sienna Mayer, she gets her first basket, and it's a 3.
Is it like a 3-point contest at Maple Grove's practice every day where they've got the 5 stations? And you just I mean, my goodness, everybody can shoot.
Here's Kuyan, able to pass out of a double team. Intercepted, though, Clough right back to Kuyan in the backcourt. Almost trapped there shy of the timeline. Frecking helps out. Kuyan to Frecking, going to the basket. Fingertip roll. 2 for Frecking there. She has 14 now.
That's a nice easy one there for Frecking, making that layup, finishing the play at the rim.
Holmquist off Alexi Hanna screen. Takes it herself, scores.
Just draws a little bump. That's a very savvy move, and that's the thing. When she makes 4 threes, you have to respect it, so you come out and guard her, and she puts it on the floor, takes it to the basket.
Holmquist, who did not score in the first half, she has reached her average. She averages 14 points a game, so she can score. She's got a couple of games where she had 22 this season against Champlain Park and Edina, but just had a quiet first half. But they came out here, missed the free throw there, and off of the rebound, the outlet ends up going out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Crimson.
Loving the fact that the bench is still very much into it as they have been trying to get some different players on the stat sheet. They have pretty much emptied their bench here. All those starters sitting down, Jim.
Holmquist no longer in there now. Mayer was the one who inbounded the ball. Baronic. Dribble drive. Back out to Mayer. Anderson. Here's her straightaway 3. Just a bit off. Shoknek rebounds. Nearing 2 minutes left. Frecking. Kicked out. Open Peterson. Back iron. Mayer rebounds it for Maple Grove. Crossover against Chabichi, who's looking for the steal. Over to that far side, Monica Stang seeing time here for the first time tonight in the kick. Big boot there from Anoka, so it'll stay with Maple Grove. Crimson will have it, and Anoka will also sub down a bit here.
Yeah, gonna
Ruby
move
Lackinen into the game, also Jayla Tana.
And they're optimistic about some of those young players.
Mayer takes the inbounds. Baronic on that far side. The 3 for Clough. That doesn't go. Backside rebound. Laram here for Anoka, and a wrestling match ensues for that ball. And there will be a foul reaching in to try and tie it up. Sophie Anderson got called for the foul.
Overall, pretty clean half. Neither team in the bonus. Only 9 team fouls total between the two teams as we're in the running time for the final minute 10.
Yeah, with it being right now at 37 points.
38, I think,
38,
with my Anoka math here. I mean,
37 sounded better than 38.
That's what they said, but it sounds like less than 39.
Right. That pass is intercepted. Maple Grove ball. Anderson takes it to the baseline. Running shot is good there by Monica Stang. The junior guard off the bench gets a basket. 88-48, that lead at 40. Jemiah Viney out there running the point guard spot right now. Lackinen. Chabichi. Free throw line. Wanted to go to Lackinen. Ball loose on the floor. And we'll go to the arrow, and it's in favor of the Anoka Tornadoes. And that clock running, as you see on your screen.
Tough one for the Tornadoes to swallow tonight, but...
Yeah, they met up against a good team that is on fire and hot right now, having won 14 games in a row, and there's the horn. And we've got a final score here tonight as the Maple Grove Crimson win their 15th consecutive game. They win their 22nd game of the season and their 65th consecutive conference game, the final, 88-40. I don't know if you thought it would be a 40-point game tonight, but just so impressed with Maple Grove and just how balanced they are and how many players they have that can contribute and get open and make shots and make things really tough for the defending team.
I don't see a lot of weaknesses here, do you? I mean, they've got players who can do it all, shoot, and they can rebound, they can drive to the basket. They're going to be a tough out, and they're deep, too. The depth is what's really impressive with them. That was a fun one to watch tonight for sure.
Yeah, good luck to Mark Cook in his 20th year. Good luck to them, and if they do make it to the state tournament, certainly good luck to them as well. They'll be as good as anybody and have as much of a chance as anybody to win the championship. Odie with 26 to lead the way tonight, 16 for Bella Hanna, and Deborah Ieni led the way for Anoka, 22 points. We're taking a look at some of the plays here by Odie, especially early on. Big first half. She had 20 first half points, finished with 26 tonight.
Yeah, she really got out and was the difference in that first half. Once they got going, once they started making shots, then the floodgates seemed to open. There's a little rainbow, a little teardrop. Loved that one from Odie. Then again, shooting threes and the ability to kind of chase down rebounds, get her own shot, and get second chance opportunities. Really impressive. And again, she's a player that can handle the ball and get her own shot, and she can catch it in transition, catch open threes as well as part of the offense.
All right, 88-48, your final here tonight from Anoka. For everybody in the truck, for Tim Anderson, our camera operators here at the Anoka Fieldhouse, thanks for joining us here tonight. Again, the final score, Maple Grove 88, Anoka 48. You've been watching high school girls basketball on QCTV Sports.